Yo, what is going on, you guys? Welcome back to another what if video. And in today's what if video, we will be doing the first part of our first Terminator what if on this channel, that being what if the T1000 was in Terminator 1 and what if T800 was good in Terminator 1. And before we go and get to this, I want to give a huge shout out to Peyton Anderson for suggesting Terminator what ifs. Now, Terminator what ifs won't become common on the channel, but every once in a while, a Terminator what if will end up releasing, so I just want to say that right now. So, although they won't become common per se as much as the Sonic what ifs, every once in a while, a part or a new Terminator what if will release, so just keep an eye on that. Make sure you guys go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment down below if you're excited for the first Terminator what if, and let's go ahead and dive right into this what if. The beginning of the movie plays out the same, with Skynet getting ready to send T-800 back in time to go kill Sarah Connor. However, the differences begin where instead the resistance movement managed to go ahead and prevent them from getting T-800 back in time, and they managed to go ahead and grab T-800. And thus, they go ahead and reprogram them. This way, T-800 is now an ally and actually will be accompanying Kyle Reese to go help Sarah Connor. However, Skynet was not prepared for this. Just in case something like this happened, they had a backup plan, and that being the T1000. So this time around, the T1000 will be heading out to go kill Sarah Connor in 1984, while the T800 will be accompanying Kyle Reese in order to protect Sarah Connor. And thus, the three people head back in time respectively, with both Kyle Reese and T-800 to go find Sarah and protect her, while T-1000 heads out to go find Sarah and kill her. Now, T-1000 strategy will be similar to T-800 strategy, with them attempting to find people named Sarah Connor, and he would end up killing all of them, attempting to track down the one he's looking for. While at the same time, T-800 and Kyle Reese are in the middle trying to find the real Sarah Connor. And after a while, the respective parties do manage to go ahead and find the real Sarah Connor. However, as the T-1000 goes to kill the real Sarah Connor, the one he's looking for, Reese manages to essentially steal a car, and he does manage to rescue her alongside with the T-800, as the T-800 ends up firing bullets at the T-1000, forcing the T-1000 to escape, as T-800 and Kyle Reese end up bringing Sarah Connor to a hidden place and then explaining her what's going on. However, as they're explaining here what's going on, the T-1000 ends up finding them and ends up revealing itself and ends up pointing a gun at them. However, the T-800 ends up striking back with a gun of his own, shooting the T-1000 back. However, the T-1000 quickly manages to get back up, and thus the fight begins, with T-800 charging towards T-1000. However, T-1000 dodges the attack and ends up punching T-800 in the face and ends up uppercutting him. However, T-800 manages to get back up and ends up shooting T-1000, followed up by elbowing him and kicking him down to the ground. However, T-1000 quickly manages to go ahead and get back up and ended up pointing a gun at T-800 ready to shoot his head off. However, T-800 managed to dodge the attack and ended up grabbing the gun and ended up uppercutting T-1000. Alongside this, we ended up throwing him down to the ground, followed up by a roundhouse kick, throwing T-1000 back. T-800 then followed up as well by grabbing a piece of rubble and would manage to throw it at T-1000, damaging him. However, T-1000 quickly managed to go ahead and repair himself and will begin to fire back with a gun of his own. However, T-800 manages to quickly grab his gun and a firefight happens, while Kyle Reese ends up getting Sarah out of there. T-800 and T-1000 continue to trade blows with each other with both guns and hand-to-hand combat. T-800 is beginning to get the advantage. However, T-1000, realizing Sarah's about to get away, would attempt to go after her. However, T-800 prevents him from getting away by kicking him in the face. He would then end up grabbing up the machine gun and would attempt to shoot him down to the ground. However, T-1000 would dodge and would pull out a rocket launcher and would end up shooting that at T-800. However, T-800 managed to dodge the attack and ended up shooting T-1000 back. However, T-1000 quickly managed to go ahead and get back up and ended up firing more bullets at T-800, and he managed to dodge. T-800 then ends up following that up with him and managed to sneak around and managed to ambush T-1000 by uppercutting him, followed up by a punch to the face. However, T-1000 managed to punch back with the same amount of strength, and thus a hand-to-hand combat fight would begin to happen, with the two of them going hand-to-hand combat using all kinds of techniques. However, the T-800 is slowly still managing to get the advantage and edge out the T-1000. However, T-1000 isn't done just yet, and he would also begin to get the advantage over T-800 by getting a cheap shot on him. However, the T-800 would manage to still hold his ground when swiping T-1000 off his feet and would grab his gun and would attempt to shoot him. However, T1000 would manage to block the attack and would have swiping T800 off his feet and would take his gun from him and shoot him in the arm. However, T800 managed to get back up and end up uppercutting the T1000. However, T1000 ends up getting back up once again and ends up firing towards T800, who manages to dodge the attacks as T800 ends up firing back with his own gun. And thus the two of them end up having a firefight for a little while. The reasons of informing T800 that he has Sarah in safe keeping, and thus tells T800 to distract T1000 a little bit longer. T800 agrees, and he continues to distract T1000. T1000, realizing what they're trying to do, would attempt to go after Sarah. However, T800 would prevent him once again. T1000, having enough of this, went up uppercutting T800 and attempted to go away. However, T800 would prevent him, however, by crashing the car into him. T1000, however, would throw the car off him and would attempt to shoot T800 in the face. However, T800 managed to dodge the attack and would throwing a piece of rubble on him, follow up by running him over with the car. T800 would then use this opportunity to get away and would manage to go ahead and meet up with Reese and Sarah, as they had a meeting at a secret place and discuss their next move. And while that's happening as well, T1000 plans his next move. The trio do end up having another encounter with T1000, however they managed to beat it, only for all of them to be apprehended. However, T800 managed to make his escape, and ended up promising the two of them that he has a plan to get them out of prison. And thus T800 would begin to plan how to get them out of prison. And while that's happening, T1000 would manage to figure out where they're at as well, and thus would be prepared to go after them. However, T800, suspecting this, would end up waiting outside the parking lot, waiting for the right time to strike. And as T1000 arrives, ready to bust down the police station, T800 ends up shooting T1000 down to the ground. T800 would then use this distraction as the police all outside to go ahead and break out both Reese and Sarah. And they manage to steal another car, and T800 ends up ordering them to take refuge in a motel as he handles T1000. T1000 ends up managing to kill all the police officers and turns his attention back towards T800 and begins firing at him as T800 manages to block the attacks by going behind the car. T800 then uses the opportunity to pull out his gun once again and begin firing back. The two of them are in a firefight for a while. However, T800 would begin to get the advantage, only for T1000 to get a sneak attack on him, throwing him flying back. T1000 is now slowly beginning to get the advantage as well. Easy begins to overwhelm him. However, T800 manages to get back up. T800 then uses the opportunity to uppercut T1000. However, T1000 ends up swiping T800 off his feet. T1000 then uses the opportunity to grab a piece of rubber and would up throwing it at T800, throwing him flying back into a building. However, T800 managed to quickly get back up and would fire at T1000. However, T1000 would manage to dodge the attacks, however, and the two of them would continue their battle, with rubble being thrown at them alongside gunfire. However, T800 and T1000 are not going down, and it's an even fight, with both of them getting equally damaged. However, they're both healing. And as T800 realizes he's going to need to do something in order to get an advantage on him. And thus T800 would have taken an idea, and thus will lead T1000 on, and after a while he will manage to trap T1000, allowing him to get in several critical blows. However, T1000 quickly managed to go ahead and would easily kill himself, and thus will manage to continue to go ahead and fight T800. However, T800 is still holding his ground, and T800 managed to go ahead and begin to get the advantage on T1000. T1000, however, would end up getting a cheap shot on T800, and would slowly begin to use that to his advantage. However, T800 ends up grabbing another piece of rubble and would end up throwing it at T1000, throwing him flying back. T800 then used the opportunity to attempt to get away to go meet with both Reese and Sarah. However, T1000 prevents this and would end up uppercutting T800, almost knocking him out. T800, realizing that he's trying to knock him out this way, he can trick Sarah and Reese to go find him, realizing what he's doing, and preventing him from knocking him out. T800 then uses the opportunity to ram a car into him and attempt the same strategy he did last time. However, T1000 prevents this by shooting the car's wheels, thus preventing him. T800, realizing he's running out of options, with him getting an idea, and as T1000 goes in for another attack, T800 managed to block the attack and swiping him off his feet, and will manage to throw a car onto him. And as T1000 gets up, T800 uses the opportunity to shoot his head off. However, as T1000 heals, T800 uses the opportunity to plant a bomb nearby, causing it to blow up around him, badly damaging T1000. As T800 plants another attack, however, T1000 prevents it, and thus T1000 uses the opportunity to get a cheap shot and does manage to begin to overwhelm T800, badly damaging T800 even more, preventing T800 from escaping. However, T800 would manage to get crafty, and he would manage to swipe T1000 off his feet and would end up shooting his head off once again, followed up by a couple more body parts. And thus, using this opportunity, T800 would manage to go ahead and get away. And thus, he would manage to go ahead and meet with both Reese and Sarah. with the Terminator explaining to the two of them how T1000 is on his way and that they need to find a place to hide now. And thus, because of this, the two of them end up agreeing. However, as they're driving off to a new location, Sarah ends up getting a call from her mother. However, as she goes to tell her mother where she's at, T800 ends up preventing this by breaking the phone. And when Sarah demandingly asks why, T800 ends up explaining how that was indeed T1000, disguising himself as her mother in order to track them. And thus, the three of them managed to go ahead and get away, and they arrived at Mexico. On this way to hide out and plan their next move. As T1000 is following them, and at this point is fully loaded and ready to go. And he does eventually manage to find the location after a couple of days, that in fact being Mexico. And thus T1000 heading off and arrives in Mexico. However, T800 is prepared for him as he's fully ready to go as well. And as T1000 arrives in Mexico, T800 is ready to ambush him. T800 ambushes T1000, catching T1000 off guard as T800 ends up throwing a barrage of cars at T1000, causing T1000 to go flying back. And as T800 prepares another attack, T1000 manages to quickly kill himself and end up getting an uppercut on T800, throwing him back and damaging him. T1000 will then using the opportunity to grab a machine gun and will begin to shoot at T800, throwing him to a building. And as T1000 deciding he needs to deal with T800 first if he's going to get to Sarah Connor, Sarah and Reese manage to distract T1000, allowing T800 to quickly get back up, and will begin to fight T1000 in hand-to-hand combat, with uppercuts and punches and kicks being thrown. However, T800 is slowly managing to get the advantage. However, T1000 is still holding his ground, and will manage to swipe T800 off his feet and end up shooting him in the face, while also managing to damage his glasses. However, T800 quickly manages to get back up and end up kneeing T1000 in the stomach, followed up by an uppercut. T800 then uses the opportunity to grab a grenade and throw it at T1000, badly damaging him. However, T1000 isn't done just yet and manages to get back up and will begin to shoot at T800. However, T800 manages to block majority of the attacks. However, this is just distraction, as T1000 then ends up pointing a gun at Sarah, holding her at gunpoint. And as Reese goes to save her, T1000 prevents it, throwing him back, knocking him out. Alongside this as well, he will manage to damage T800 more, allowing him to grab Sarah Connor and get away, and will decide he could use her as bait. And thus, as he prepares to go for the killing blow, however, T800 ends up preventing it. However, T1000 ends up pointing a gun at her head, essentially telling T800 to stand back or she's dead, forcing T800 to think of a decision. As he points his gun, he quickly realizes he needs to think of a move, and fast. And that's where we're going to end part 1 of What If T1000 was in Terminator 1. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. I know this video was a bit short, but keep in mind this is just the first Terminator video. As more Terminator What If videos come out, they will get longer, so I will promise you that. But the first one's going to be short and sweet. But as more come out, longer Terminator videos will be coming in, so I just want to say that. But make sure you guys go ahead, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Comment down below your thought of part 1 if you're excited for more parts of this What If. And if you're excited for more Terminator What Ifs. Now, that doesn't mean, like I said, the Sonic What If videos are going away. They are still going to be the main content on the channel. And Terminator won't become the main content. It'll just be something that will appear every once in a while, so I didn't want to say that. But Terminator videos are still going to be happening, so if you want to leave some suggestions to comment down below, you can. And I'll see you all in the next one.